All right, so I wanted to give you all an update on how the newbie garden is coming along. So, yeah, we're just going to go around the garden and just kind of talk on how all the vegetables are doing. Okay, and we'll start on this container bed. So, right now I have four cabbages. These two that are stuck together, and then these two. This one is a kitchen scrap. Now, I know that they're crowded, y'all, and I have been experiencing a lot of like yellowing of the leaves. I've been just cutting a lot of leaves out of my cabbages. I don't even know if that's normal with the amount of leaves that I've been removing from my cabbages. And I don't know what is causing for the leaves to go yellow. I really don't know. So, yeah, that is what I've been dealing with for the past several weeks. And it's just been really, I don't know, discouraging. But, hopefully they make it. But this is how the cabbages are doing right now. And this is a kitchen scrap. I thought we were going to get farther along, with the kitchen scrap, but I don't know. It's just not looking good. I have no idea what's going on with it, but I'm going to continue to water it. I'm going to continue to tend to it, and we'll see what happens. Now, this right here is like these are parsley, and I planted the parsley. Let me see, when did I plant the parsley? I planted the parsley seeds, and I didn't plant them. I just kind of scattered them on the soil, and they just grew. I think these are over a month, so they are slow to grow. But this is what the parsley is looking like. All right, and then now we're gonna move over here to my to my onion. Not my onion, oh my goodness. We're gonna move here to my garlic beds. So these two containers have garlic in them. These are garlic plants. Okay, I planted individual garlics. In this bed, I planted the garlics 20 days ago. And then in this bed, I planted it 11 days ago. And y'all, I planted individual garlic cloves. I just planted them root side down, and this is how they are looking. Hopefully, I get a harvest next summer because it takes a while for them to fully mature. But yeah, we have the cold weather coming and the temperature is starting to drop. So I added a lot of wood chips to the top of the soil just to kind of keep the soil insulated. But yeah, a little confused on when or how frequent to water the beds. But yeah, so this is how we're looking right now with the garlic. Now, moving over here, I'm going to be harvesting the green onions. The green onions are about a month old. I planted green onion scraps about a month ago, and this is how they are looking. So some of them are over, I would say, about a foot long, and we're going to be harvesting them right now. So when I harvest them, I'm just going to be cutting them, cutting them off and then just leaving the stump in the soil so that I can continue to get a harvest. It can continue to grow new shoots. So let's go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to go ahead and prop you guys up so I can harvest my green onions. All right, so hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing, but I am going to be harvesting them. Now, earlier this week, I was noticing some white mold starting to form on the soil. So I did take a little bit of hydrogen peroxide and water solution, and I just kind of sprayed the soil bed. I learned that hydrogen peroxide is natural and it's supposed to help with the mold issue. So I did that yesterday, and I mean, it cleared up a little bit, but there's still white mold on top. So I'm going to do more research to find out how often I should be spraying the hydrogen peroxide solution to the soil. So this is something that I've been dealing with ongoing. It has been an ongoing issue. I don't know if it's because I'm overwatering the plants, but yeah, we're learning, and it's kind of like a trial and error. So yeah, I'm learning along the way. But let's go ahead, and we're gonna go ahead and harvest those today. I'm also going to be thinning my arugula. We'll talk about the arugula in a minute when we get to it. But right now we're just gonna be harvesting the green onion. And like I said, I'm just gonna be cutting the bottom portion and then just putting that in my bowl. So let's go ahead and do that right now. This is so exciting, y'all. Like being able to get a harvest from my garden. That's very exciting. Now, what I am going to be making with those is this Caribbean pesto. Is kind of like the best way that I can describe it. I'm from the Caribbean, and we make this pesto sauce that consists of blended green onions, garlic, um, whole onions, and parsley, and also cilantro. We blend everything together with a little bit of oil, and then we use that pesto to season up our food. Like we saute about a teaspoon of it when we're cooking our meals, and then yeah, that's what gives the food its flavor and makes it really good. So that is what I'm going to be making with my green onions. And then, the next time around, it takes about 30 days or so for there to be new shoots. So yeah, it'll be around that time when I need to make more pesto. So yeah, we're going to be using the green onions to make the pesto. Okay, so now moving on to my arugula. The arugula were planted about 11 days ago, and they're about 1 to 2 inches tall. So we're going to be thinning them. And by thinning them, I'm just going to be, how you see like the clusters and stuff, I'm just going to be cutting them and allowing just one sprout to continue to grow because it doesn't like to be crowded. So we're going to be doing that today. And as you can see, there is mold starting to form on this bed as well. This mold issue is just becoming a pain. But yeah, let's go ahead and thin them. And the ones that we're taking out, we can eat them. They are considered microgreens and they're very good for you. So I'm going to add them to my salad and then just eat them with my salad. So let's do that right now. I don't know how I'm going to prop you guys so that you can be able to see. See. Okay. So you're just going to leave the sprout that looks the strongest, I guess, and take out the others. I'm just going to cut the others out. And here you go. You have some microgreens, which again, you can add to your smoothies. You can add it to your salad. I'm just going to be eating it with my salad. And yeah, so we're going to continue to do that. Now, I've seen some videos where you can just pull them up from the ground. I'm afraid that I'm going to harm them, so we'll just cut them. I'm gonna take a big chunk of that. Maybe I'm cutting out too much. I forgot how spaced out they're supposed to be, so I can't really tell you right now because I didn't bring my notes with me. But they're supposed to be spaced apart enough. I don't even know if that makes sense, but don't get them too close to one another is what I'm trying to say. I am going to have to spray some hydrogen peroxide in the soil as well, on top of the soil, just because of this darn mold. It's so frustrating. but what can you do? I think they're supposed to be 3 to 4 inches apart, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember my notes. I think 3 to 4 inches apart. I am going to be washing the microgreens, or soaking them rather, in water and vinegar, just because of the mold issue. I'm kind of afraid, I don't want mold in my vegetables, so when I'm consuming it, so just want to take precaution with that. Hope you all can see what I'm doing. I've never had arugula before, so I'm imagining how it's gonna taste. It smells strong, so I imagine it's gonna taste, yeah, it smells very strong. So I imagine it's gonna be bitter. I don't know, bitter in flavor. Hopefully, I'm not leaving them too close to one another. I think we look good. I don't know if this section right here is still a little bit too crowded. I don't want them to be too crowded and having to compete for nutrients. That's the whole reason for thinning, y'all, is because when they are compact in a space, then they're having to compete for nutrients and they don't end up growing well or doing well. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so this is how we are looking with the spacing. I think for the arugula, they're supposed to be about 3 to 4 inches apart, and I think they are. I don't know. I feel like they still might be a little too crowded, but this is how we're looking right now. And so far, this is how much I have harvested from my garden. So I have my green onions, and then I have my little arugula microgreens, which I may be adding to the pesto sauce that I was talking about earlier. I may add the microgreens to it, but arugula, like I was smelling it, it smells really strong. All right, so now we're moving on to our spinach bed. This is our spinach containers. These spinach were planted 20 days ago, and as you can see, there are no new sprouts. Nothing has popped out of the ground yet, so I don't know what's up with that. I don't know what I'm doing wrong with the spinach, but I'm not able to grow it. The second bed over here is my cabbages, and as you can see, they haven't been doing so well. Like, still have the leaves turning yellow. Gonna go ahead and remove the sprouts that are growing on the bed. I'm gonna also be harvesting some of my rosemary today as well. But this is how this bed is looking. Gonna go ahead and remove these sprouts. And then over here we have our carrots. I planted the carrots about 20 days ago. 20 days ago was when I planted the carrots, and this is how we're looking with the carrots. I am gonna have to thin them as well, but I'm gonna wait until they grow a few more inches before I thin them. I've never grown carrots before, so hopefully I can harvest some soon. All right, so now we're gonna move on to our radishes. Now, these radishes are 46 days old, y'all. By the way, the type of radishes that are in there is called Scarlet Globe. And in the seed packet, it said that, they should be ready to harvest in 28 days, or 25 days rather. We're on day 46, and it doesn't look like their true leaves are just now starting to come out, but I don't even know how they're gonna, it's been 46 days. Does it take that long? I guess it depends on the climate, it depends on the weather. I know they are cold weather crops, and at the time that I planted them, it was hot. It was really hot outside. So the weather now is starting to go down. But right now, I'm just kind of thinking, if, like, when they are ready to be harvested, if they're gonna be good, just because how long it's taking for them to grow, or if I'm even gonna have a harvest. I'm gonna continue to keep you guys updated with how the radishes are doing. But yeah, we are now, today is making it day 46. And then our last bed is the lettuce bed. I planted the lettuce seeds about let's see, I planted them the same time as the arugula, so which is about 11 days ago, and I'm not seeing any sprouts. So I don't know what's up with that. We have the arugula on this side and then the lettuce on that side. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but we don't have anything going on the bed. So yeah, I'm going to continue to, water as needed. Hopefully we get a few sprouts, but I don't know. It's not looking so well. I may plant another crop in place of the lettuce. All right, so this was a tour of my garden and how everything is doing. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and check out my last video. And I will see you all in my next video.